And here is the video you have all waited for, the fire alarm video. So you think this is only a button? You push it and then the alarm goes off? Well, in fact it does, but there is much more inside than just an electric switch. I will show you that before I break the glass, right now. First of all, there is a hidden key lock here. So you need a key to open the case here, or you take a screwdriver and go in here. That works as well. The next feature is, if you push the button, it will stay in until you reset it here. And that reset happens when you open or close the door with this little lever here that pushes against that one. Poof, it reset. Yep. The next feature is, if someone actually breaks the glass, you have to replace it, of course. And that is done by moving this lever to the side and simply take it out or put a new one in. You can see the glass is thin, it's about 1 millimeter. Let me check that. Yeah, I think my guess wasn't too bad. 1.00 millimeters. And then there is the switch module itself, also easy to remove. It's only one clip here. I changed the circuit a little bit because I connected two wires directly to the switch, because as you can see there is a lot of electronics on this PCB. A microprocessor, an oscillator, some bus interface parts, and here is the switch itself. Of course, there are no data sheets for these chips here. There are most certainly custom jobs. The only one is this one. It's an LM293, an operational amplifier or a comparator. And that one is the oscillator at 3.68 megahertz. I guess it's certainly not kilohertz. But there are a couple of interesting details about the switch. If you look at the solder joints here, they didn't just connect the wire to the switch. They made a spring of wire here, wrapped that around the whole thing and soldered that. So this will certainly never come loose. I mean, the wire would break before it falls apart. And the other interesting thing is this switch is normally closed, so when nothing is, when it is not pushed here, the contacts are closed. This is of course for safety reasons, because when the contacts are closed, you can check if the switch is there, if the whole unit is there. And when you push the switch, you break the contacts, and that's something that always works. Because think about it, this switch here hangs on a wall for years. Contacts may corrode, may not. And if you need the switch and it doesn't close the contacts properly, well, it doesn't work. But a switch that is always closed will always open when you push it. And you can also check if the switch and everything is working. Yeah, safety reasons. By the way, the 3 contacts here are the signal bus. That's where all these switches and the other stuff is connected to the fire central system. Yeah, I think it's time to try it out. Well, they say it's safety glass. It crumbles into tiny pieces. It won't cut your finger. They say it's very thin glass, and yes, it is. You don't need gloves or anything. Well, let's see if that is true. It's pretty strong, I think. I take my gloves anyway. Okay, let's analyze that. For the safety glass claim, no, that's not safety glass, that's regular glass. And it will probably cut your finger if you just press it like that. It is thin glass, but I think I had to push with about 10, maybe 20 kilos to break it, so only with one finger, that's difficult. Well, you have seen it works, but I think it's better to use your elbow or any tool, a little hammer, a screwdriver. I wouldn't recommend to do it with bare fingers, from obvious reasons. Yeah, I think that's it. Thanks for watching.